Welcome students, this is the third part of my video on the story Thunder and Nancy. So, before starting the third part of the story, let us do a quick recap of the story. Okay? So, what happens in the story is that there was a man named Nancy, and he was from Africa, and in his place there was a severe famine. Okay? So, what happens? So, due to the famine, this man was going, and this man and his family and the villagers were going through a lot of problems. So he comes out in search of food, and he sees a palm tree in an island. He climbs the palm tree to get some nuts from it, and he tries to gather in the boat, but he fails to gather, and he ultimately decides to commit suicide. But he commits also, and he finds himself in the seabed. Okay, and from the seabed he meets a thunder, and thunder, after hearing his story, that this thunder gives him a magic pot. Okay, and from the magic pot he says that the thunder says that he can get a lot of meal from that magic pot whenever he requires. Okay, so getting that gift from the thunder, he feels very happy. He goes home taking that magic pot, but he decides on the way that he will not tell about this magic pot to his family, because he was a very selfish and greedy type of person. Okay, then after that, what happens? This family, his Nancy's family, becomes weaker and weaker day by day, thinner and thinner day by day, and this Nancy becomes fatter and fatter, plumber and plumber day by day. Okay, so we have done till here last time. Then what happens after that? After this is that when the family of Nancy becomes thinner and thinner, and the Nancy himself becomes fatter and fatter, what happens? His family member begins to suspect Nancy that he is having some nutritious food without sharing to his family. Okay, and the family decides to find out what he is having. Okay, so Nancy's eldest son Viku had the power of changing himself into any form. Okay, so this Viku has the power to change himself in any form. Okay, so this Viku he changes himself into a tiny fly and accompanies his father wherever he goes. Okay, and one day Nancy entered his room and closed the door, and Viku managed to slip inside. So he somehow managed to get inside. Okay, so he saw Nancy take a pot and have a fine meal. So then this Viku, his eldest son, sees that this Nancy take out the magic pots and have a good meal from there. Okay, then this everything was seen by this Nancy's eldest son was seeing whatever this Nancy was doing in the room. So ultimately they knows how this Nancy was becoming fatter and fatter day by day. So as soon as the Nancy come out of the side, Viku took out the pot, orders to prepare food, and called all his hungry family. So when this Nancy came out of the house, this Viku take out the magic pot and order to prepare food. Okay, and he also called all the members of his families, and they together had a good meal. Okay, then Nancy's wife, that she would take a pot to the village, and so Nancy's wife, what she said, so she and her family had already had a good meal, so she was a good-hearted person. That's why she also decides to give a good meal to the villagers also. They were also suffering from the famine. Okay, that's why she also decides to give a good meal to the village people also. Okay, then she did, but alas, in preparing so much food at one time, the pot grew too hot and melted away. So what happens when when she prepares the food for the villager, then what happens? This pot became too hot. So this pot had to prepare a lot of food. No, that's why this pot becomes too hot and it melted away. Okay, and when what was to be done now? So it melted away. Then what was to be done now? Nancy would be angry. So this Nancy thinks that what we have to do now? If Nancy will come to know about this, then he will scold us. Okay. Then his wife forbade everyone to mention. So his wife tells that not to mention anything about this pot to Nancy. Okay. Forbade means order. Okay, Nancy returned home as usual. So when Nancy returned home from up somewhere outside, then he comes inside, goes inside the room and he searches for the pot, but he sees this pot was not there. So someone must have discovered it. So he thinks that someone might have stolen his magic pot. He first suspects his family to be the culprit. So he first suspects his family members only. He thinks that this someone from the family member have taken his magic pot. Okay, but he did nothing to anyone about the matter and waited till morning. But he didn't do anything about he didn't say anything about this matter, and he waited for the morning, till morning. Okay, as soon as it was morning, he started offshore for where the old boat lay. He got into the boat and it started of its own accord and took him to a country. So as soon as it was morning, he started off. Okay, and offshore and where an old boat lay. So and he goes to the place where the old boat was lying, and he decides to go to the same island and to the same palm tree. Then after that, Nancy tied the boat in the tree and climbed up the palm tree, same palm tree. Okay, and this time when he aimed the knot at the boat, they fell into it. So when he climbs up and picks up the knot, and this time he himself, okay, intentionally throws all the knots outside the boat. Okay, and jumps down, and he commits suicide again, same way as he had done before. He jumps into the water. Okay, and again he finds himself in the sea floor, and from there again the thunder comes out, and he told, and this Nancy tells his story to the thunder, and thunder again gives him a gift. Okay, this time he presents Nancy with a stick. So this time he presents this thunder presents Nancy a stick. Okay, Nancy was very eager, so he feels very happy again, and he was very eager to know what this magic stick will be going to do. Okay, then what happens? He swam back to his boat very fast. So he swam back. He swims back to his boat very fast, and he gets up in the boat, and he in the boat only he says, "Do for me what you used to do for master." So he says he was very eager to know what the stick is going to do. No, that's why he was very excited, and he says, "Do for me what you used to do for the master." As soon as the Nancy said that, the stick began to beat him. So as soon as the Nancy says that, the stick, this magic stick, begins to beat Nancy. Okay, why? Because this thunder also knows what he had done to the family. Okay, so severely that he had to jump into the water. So this stick beats him so severely that he jumped into the water and he somehow managed to come into the shore. Okay, leaving the boat and the stick to the different way away, he returned home complaining about his bruises. Bruises mean blue, brown or purple marks that appear on the skin after somebody has fallen or been hit. Okay. So he returned home complaining about the bruises and wishing he had acted more wisely from the beginning. Now this Nancy finally realized that he had done a great mistake by not sharing the food with the family. In that tough situation also, this man was very selfish and greedy. In that tough situation also, he didn't help his family. Although he would have given them, or he had the magic pot with him which can give a good meal to the family, but also he didn't get. So now he realized his mistakes and he confessed all this story with the family, and he feels sorry for them. Okay. And this thunder also want to teach him a lesson by giving a magic stick. Okay, what the bad deeds he had done to his family. This thunder also wanted to teach him the lesson. So with this, we have come to an end of the story. Hope everyone have understood. So if anyone have problem in understanding the story, you can text me in the group, or you can text me in my personal number. Okay. One more thing, I request you all to go through the video properly. All the questions will be coming from the video only, so go through the video properly. So hope you have understood the story. Okay. The home assignment will be uploaded in your group. So till then, stay home, stay safe, and have a nice day.